many thousands of followers.
2,
3,
maybe.
if you're lucky, have all been asking, what are we doing with Hezzy? What are our big plans? Well, what we're going to be doing is shipping her from the UK all the way over to the US of A. So keep watching to find out what our route is. Very interesting.
And long. Not the video, the route.
So we're flying out to New York and then have a few days in New York, going down to Washington, and then we'll be meeting Hezzy in Baltimore a few days later, mid-September. Then from there we'll be going going north up to Cape Cod, go and see some beaches, and maybe go up towards Maine, depending on what the leaves are doing, whether or not we've got the fall, for those of you over the pond, and for those of you who speak normal, the autumn. Then from there we're then going to go to Niagara Falls on the US side, and then work our way over to Chicago via a little bit of the Route 66 possibly, and also meet up with a friend who's doing the Chicago Marathon. So we're looking at October for this. Then we're going to head over towards Mount Rushmore, which is in South Dakota. South Dakota, keep going. Badlands, and the Crazy Horse Memorial. Crazy horses. And also, next door to South Dakota is Wyoming. And for those of you who love the film Close Encounters of the Third Kind, we're going to go and see Devil's Tower, the famous MASH mountain that they made. Then from there we're then going to go over towards Jellystone and get our picnic stolen by Yogi. From there we're then going to head into Colorado before the weather turns nasty, or good, I suppose, depends which way you like it. Then from there going to go into the Arches National Park in Utah. Perfect, well done, love. And then into Nevada and just a drive through the Strip in Las Vegas. But also, before we get to Las Vegas, we're going to go to Monument Valley and the Grand Canyon and Bryce Canyon, which is also around there. And then we're going to go back into Nevada. So heading north into Nevada now, and going to Death Valley, and we're going to get as close to Area 51 as we can without being shot at or locked up. And then from there we're going to work our way up to the Sequoia National Park and Yosemite in California, go and see the big trees, and then head towards the coast to San Fran. From San Fran, the plan then is to do our next big city, which is Hollywood and Los Angeles, for a few days, and then escape that as soon as we can do, and then head to the White Sands National Park in New Mexico. So through Arizona and then New Mexico, White Sands. Whilst we're in White Sands, the plan is to also go and see Roswell, go and find some aliens. They've hidden it on the map. From there, the plan then is to work our way over to San Antonio in Texas. Where are we now? San Antonio, Texas, and then Houston without a problem. New Orleans, and then enter Alabama. Go to New Orleans. Oh, sorry, where are we? Alabama. I've got lost. Louisiana before we get to Alabama, and do New Orleans, and then Alabama, do the Gulf Shores. Florida, go to Key West, via Duck Key, and then have a month in there or so, and then work our way up to South Carolina, get some more beaches via the Great Smoky Mountains, and then Tennessee, Memphis and St. Louis. From there we're then going to go up the Route 66 to Chicago, where we're then going to work our way north and then jump over the border into Toronto.
We jumped over the border.
New map, please. Welcome to Canada. So we're going to find a way into Toronto. We're looking at late February for Toronto, and go and see Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, which I would like to believe is the better side. And then we're going to spend some time in there, go and see my family there who live in the Toronto area. And whilst we're there, we're going to tick off things like Lake Ontario, Blue Mountains, Georgia Bay, and then when we get chucked out by our family there, which probably won't be that long, we're then going to go over towards Winnipeg, and then from Winnipeg the plan is to catch the train 2 days to go all the way up to Churchill to go and see some lazy bears who don't want to go further north for the winter or the summer, and then come back again, 2 days back again, and then from there we're going to do things like Spruce Woods and Moose Mountain, and then next stop really for there is Banff, all the way over to there. And from Banff maybe get some skiing in, depending if there's any snow left, and then Vancouver Island is the next stop, a bit around there. Then from Vancouver we've got to go to Whistler, obviously, catch some more skiing possibly, and then go back up to Jasper. Hold on. Then from Jasper we are going to go all the way up to Fort Nelson. There, love. And from Fort Nelson we're then going to make a decision, possibly go to Yellowknife, and also the other option is go up to, I can never say it, Tuktoyaktuk, also known as. Go on, that's where the Arctic Ocean is. Go and have a quick dip in there, and that's about 2,000 miles just to have a quick dip, but probably worth it, probably not. And then come back, and then back into Banff, possibly into Alaska, depending on whether or not they'll let us in Alaska. Fancy going a little bit in there, and then all the way back to Banff, and then just a short drive then over to Montreal, into the French Quarter of they said France then, French Quarter of Canada, and then Quebec, and then into New Brunswick, and then into Nova Scotia, do a bit of Cape Breton, and then drop off Hezzy for her floating back to the UK, and we're going to catch a train back or something, probably fly back to Toronto, and then fly home. Toronto, and then fly home.
And then after we've done Canada, possibly, who knows? Stay tuned to
Stay tuned to find out more. Press stop. I'm hungry.